Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Michael Kelly. In Islam, the brothers call me Jibril. Now, my conversion started 22 years ago, my reversion to Islam. Before Islam, my life was very deviant within the British culture and, of course, within Islam, as we see it from that perspective. However, I was a Christian at the time and had a few problems, in my life. I was going through a very dark experience and hopelessness at the time. There was a guy who came to me in my life at that time, and the relationship was not religious at all. We didn't have a religious report. Now, during the conversation, Islam came into the subject. He told me he was a Muslim. I told him I was Christian. He told me a little bit about Islam. And then I felt quite intrigued. I felt quite interested, in looking at comparative religion and other religions at that time. So I thought to myself, what is this religion, Islam? What does it mean? What does it involve? Who are the prophets? Who is the God of Islam? Etc. etc. So I took some effort to read the Quran and compare it to Bible, and I read the Torah too at the time. I started, taking a real interest in comparative religion. Now, when I read the Quran, now that was a different experience I've ever had in my life. Reading the Quran was very, how can I say, very meaningful, very purposeful, very intriguing, very deep, very reflective. Made a lot of sense, there was a lot of hack in there, a lot of truth, a lot of strong revelation, MashaAllah. And after my journey of studying comparative religion, I come to the decision in my life to accept Islam. Now that was a decision I didn't take lightly because, at the time, 1998, obviously within the Islamic world, within the international community, there was no troubles, there was no wars, there was no potential problems towards us as Muslims. Now, Islam has taken me away from this deviant lifestyle. Islam has given me a new culture. Islam has given me a new way of life. Islam has given me a new set of ethics, a new set of values, a new set of moral, a new direction, a new path in my life where I seek, obviously I obtain hidayah, guidance and reflection, prayer, and a change and a revolutionized behavioral mindset. Now, I would urge anybody to look at Islam very closely before we start to make a stigmatized, judgment on Islam, and look at the details of what Islam is about, the meanings, the purpose, the lifestyle, the culture, Allah, God Almighty, the prophets, and read the Quran with a very open mind. Now, if I hadn't done that 22 years ago, I wouldn't be where I am today. And my life at the moment, and for a long time, has been the best part of my life in all my life. Now, in the face of that, I would see that as very, very miraculous indeed. And I thank Allah, shuk Allah, for choosing me as a Muslim. And I hope that this message brings some people some inspiration and some hope, inshallah. So I'll leave you today in peace and reflection. And thank you for letting me share my story. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Allah Hafiz.